If you're looking for a 4G or 5G mobile broadband deal, O2 is probably the last of the big four networks you'd be considering, but they actually have a huge range of mobile broadband deals on offer at the moment. So in this video, we've reviewed O2 Mobile Broadband and compared them to the other major networks to see if it's worth buying a 4G or 5G broadband plan from O2 at the moment. But before we begin, thanks to 3 for sponsoring this video. Their 4G Hub and 5G Hub deals offer the best ways to get online at home using wireless internet at the moment, with fast download and upload speeds and extremely low monthly costs. So make sure to click the link in the description to the 3 home broadband coverage checker and put in your postcode to see if you can get their 4G Hub or 5G Hub deals at your address at the moment. And also in the description, we've linked to their 5G MiFi deals in case you're looking for something more portable. O2 Mobile Broadband is very focused on MiFi devices and dongles at the moment. These are all portable devices instead of proper 5G routers that you plug into mains power like the 3 5G Hub, because they're battery powered or just plug into a USB port. These devices are all really portable but won't offer quite as good Wi-Fi compared to a router that plugs into mains power. So in terms of these devices, the Netgear Nighthawk ones tend to perform the best. We wouldn't recommend buying a dongle in this day and age because they only allow you to get online on a single device at the same time, and getting set up with them can be a bit of a process. You'll need to plug the dongle in and install its software on your computer before you can begin using it. With these MiFi devices, you just insert the battery if it's not already in there, insert the SIM card, charge it up a bit, turn it on, and connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot it creates. So these Netgear Nighthawk MiFi devices are quite good bits of kit, and the TCL LinkZone MW63 is also pretty decent if you want a more basic 4G MiFi device. Based on previous testing we've done with it, once you choose a device, the thing that sets O2 Mobile Broadband apart is how you build your package. With 3 5G MiFi, for example, there's just these 2 plans to choose from, both with unlimited data, but one comes with a 24-month contract, and one is just a month-to-month plan. With O2, once you choose a device, there's a really huge range of different plans you can choose to pair it with, and each of them is fully customizable. So say you want more than 150 gigabytes of data and don't want a contract length this long. If you go edit this plan, you can pull the contract length down all the way to just 3 months, and you can also add or remove data as well, although you will need to jump from 150 gigabytes up to unlimited data if you want more than that. And if you want to lower your monthly cost, you can also increase your upfront fee in £10 increments to achieve this. So this flexibility in building your plan is quite good to see. None of the other mobile networks allow you to do this on their mobile broadband deals at the moment. So make sure to click the link in the description to the O2 Mobile Broadband page to see what devices and deals they're offering at the moment, and to try customizing your own plan. It's also worth mentioning, once you build a package, O2 pushes you towards these extras, sort of like how it works when you buy a pay monthly mobile contract. But we'd skip these most of the time, because you can just buy these add-ons separately for the same price if you want to. Amazon Prime, for example, is £9 a month if you just go and buy it from them directly. So to see if O2 Mobile Broadband offers good value for money, let's compare their prices to 3, because they're generally the cheapest option on the market. So with 3, with their 5G MiFi device, on a 24-month contract with unlimited data, it's £28 a month at the moment. The most similar device O2 has at the moment is the Nighthawk M3, and if we build our own plan, setting it to 24 months and unlimited data with no upfront cost like with 3, it's a decent bit more expensive at the moment. The Netgear Nighthawk M3 we think is a slightly better MiFi device than the ZTE U50 that 3 is shipping, but still 3 tends to offer better value for money. And it's a similar story with 3's 4G MiFi device, £22 a month at the moment with the same contract. And if you want the same sort of tariff with this similar TCL 4G MiFi device, it'll cost you about £10 more per month with O2 at the moment. It is worth mentioning, O2 Mobile Broadband is more cost competitive with Vodafone and EE. For example, with EE, their 4G MiFi device with unlimited data is £35 a month at the moment, so they're not the most expensive provider on the market. Just 3 tends to offer better value for money at the moment. Click the links in the description to the 3 5G MiFi and 4G MiFi pages, as well as the O2, Vodafone, and EE mobile broadband pages to see which offers the best value when you're watching this. For most people, it's going to be 3, so we've also linked to their coverage map in the description so you can see if they offer good 4G or 5G at your address when you're watching this. Probably the biggest downside to O2 mobile broadband is the speeds they offer, especially on 5G. This is a report from Ookla, the company that runs speedtest.net, where they've looked at data on mobile speed tests from customers on all of the big 4 networks to compare their overall speeds. And what they found was O2 has the slowest 5G speeds in the UK at the moment, about a third what you get with 3 on average. It would make sense if O2 mobile broadband was the cheapest option on the market, but they're not, so we think their 5G speeds should be better than this. And if you do want 5G mobile broadband, 3's deals are a better choice if you can get their coverage where you live. On 4G though, it's a bit better. They have pretty good 4G coverage, and their speeds are decent as well, although not quite as good as what you get with EE, because they have the best 4G network in the UK at the moment. Interestingly, if you go to the O2 coverage map and put in a postcode, you can see that 4G is generally pretty good. As just a very limited example, this is quite a remote area, and they have coverage nearly everywhere. What's interesting though, is their map doesn't have an option for indoor 5G coverage. If you choose this option, it just looks at outdoors. This isn't the case with any other mobile network. With 3, for example, if you choose 5G, it'll show you outdoor and indoor coverage, and areas with just outdoor coverage. So our interpretation of this is O2 doesn't have enough confidence in their 5G to advertise that you can get it indoors. But most of the time, when you're using a MiFi device or a dongle like the ones they sell, you'll be using it indoors. So either advertising 5G connectivity on these devices is a bit optimistic, or O2 is just being really conservative with how they're advertising their 5G signal strength on their coverage map. Either way, we probably wouldn't use O2 mobile broadband if you want to connect with 5G. With 3's 5G device, for example, we were able to get download speeds of nearly 200 megabits per second, which is really good for mobile broadband. If you want a 4G mobile broadband deal, we think O2 can be worth looking at. Their network has good 4G coverage and speeds, and they have a good range of 4G MiFi and dongle devices to choose from. Plus, their plans are really flexible, which is especially useful if you want a short-term contract. But O2's 5G performance leaves a lot to be desired, and if you can get signal from them, whether 4G or 5G, 3 mobile broadband tends to offer better value for money, especially if you want unlimited data. So click the links in the description to 3 and O2's mobile broadband deals to compare them in detail. And if you have any questions about choosing a mobile broadband plan, leave us a comment below and we'll reply as soon as we can.